All right, thank you for joining me today. Again, as with some of the other videos, I'm going to present you with several sentences, which I'll ask you to pause the video, make your corrections on your own, and resume the video so that we can review it together to see if your edits match my own. And if you would be so kind, be so kind as to like the video, if it's something or this is something that you can use to benefit yourself in your language learning, and also subscribe if this is something you're interested in watching. It will help aid in broadening my reach here on YouTube through the algorithm. Again, I would really appreciate it. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get started. All right, I'm going to go ahead and read the first sentence to you, which is, oops, forgive me. Have you ever been to an audition for a play? Go ahead and pause the video, make any and all corrections, and resume when you're ready. All right, so let's go ahead and look at this sentence. Starting at the beginning, as with anything, I notice right away that I don't actually have a capital, which again is an indicator of the start of a new sentence. So I'm going to go in and insert that capitalization mark. So has you ever. I notice also that has, this verb, should be instead have. Have you ever been to a audition? Notice that with the article a, and you do have a few choices. You have a or an, and oftentimes people struggle to determine which of those two to use. And you really only need to look at the word following it, which in this case is audition, and the first letter of the word following the article, if it is a vowel. So if it's an A, E, I, O, or U, tells you that the article you're using must be an. So instead of a, I know to write an since a is a vowel. I'll go back and reread. Have you ever been to an audition for a play? Question mark to punctuate what is an interrogative sentence. Let's go ahead and move to the second sentence. Now that looking at it, I don't see any other mistakes to correct. Okay, for the second sentence I have, we're glad that Sammy is on our team this year. Again, pause the video, make your corrections, and resume when you're ready. Excuse me. Okay, looking first, again, as with every sentence, you must start with a capital. I'm going to go ahead and capitalize the word were. Reading, though, we're glad that. Were implies that it's like the past tense of something, right? Actually, no, not quite. Were, let me rephrase. This were that I'm looking to use is we are, which should be a contraction. Instead, this is written in an entirely different kind of were. So to make it a contraction, I'm going to write the base word we, followed by the apostrophe re. Forgive me. The expanded form of this contraction is the base word we plus the word are. So let me see if I can erase that to make it a little neater. Here it should be we apostrophe re. Again, the apostrophe is going to be used to replace the a and the word are that you're appending to another word. Okay, so now that we have capital we are, or we're, glad that Sammy is a proper noun requiring a capital. It's a name. So Sammy should be capitalized. Going back to reread, we're glad that Sammy is on our. This is what's called a homophone. It's a word that sounds exactly like another, but spelled very differently and possesses a different meaning. In this case, we have our as in time, which in the context of the sentence does not make sense. Instead, it should be our, O-U-R, which is a group possession or possession for a plurality. So we are glad that Sammy is on our, collectively we own this person in a way, our team, or I'm sorry, we own this team, this year, period. We're just sharing information. It's a general statement, therefore ending with a period. All right, let's move to the third sentence. Oh, which is not transitioning. Okay, in this sentence we have, sorry, it looks like it's kind of blocking the view. I don't know how to move this editing mark. Give me a second. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'll zoom out just a little bit. All right, so Alan watched television from 630 to 830 last night. Again, go ahead and pause the video, hopefully now, while I've got it pinched out, and then we'll resume and correct. All right, so again, looking at the beginning of the sentence, which is where you should always start, I can see that I have not only the first word of the sentence, which is not capitalized, but it's also a proper noun. It's the name of an individual requiring a capitalization. All right, Alan watched television. We want to use what's called the present or excuse me, past present continuous. So watch should read watches. So it's a continuous action, meaning it's happened and it continues to happen. So Alan watches, so it's like a typical periodic event. So Alan watches television from 6:30. You always want to separate in time the hour from the minutes using what's called a colon. So the hour is 6 o'clock. The minutes are 30 past. So it should be 6 separated by the colon, 30 minutes. To same thing here, it's 830. Instead, it should be written as 8 colon followed by 30. Last night, period. We're just punctuating this final one with a full stop period because, again, it is just a statement. We're just presenting general information. We're not making an interrogative sentence by asking a question. We're not exclaiming anything unless that's the way you interpreted it, but likely just a period. Let's go ahead and move to the fourth sentence, which is not moving. All right. All right, this sentence reads, them boys rides the bus to school every day. Again, please pause, correct, and then we will go through it together. Okay, let's start again. Beginning of the sentence, beginning of the sentence requires a capital, so I'll capitalize it. Them boys, incorrect. I want to use those boys because I'm referring to a specific set of multiple boys. So those, capitalized, boys rides the bus to school every day. So those boys, plural is fine. Rides, no, because the noun here is plural, ride should be written in a singular form. So those boys ride the bus, as opposed to if it were a singular boy, so like that boy rides, you would add an S there. But because the noun before it is plural, then the verb in this case, you're just going to keep it as singular. So those boys ride the bus to, this is the, again, homophone, spelled differently, but sounds the same as another version of the word to. This is the number 2, and instead we want to use the preposition, so we're going to stick with to. So those boys ride the bus to, preposition, school every day, which should be a compound word. So I'm going to join those together every day. Oops, actually, it's not a compound. I meant to say that it's misspelled. So every, and then day, not a compound word, forgive me. And we're going to punctuate that with a period. Gosh, my handwriting has gotten progressively worse. All right, let me go ahead and stop sharing, which saved, perfect. Again, if this is material that you feel you can use in your own classroom, if you happen to be a teacher or someone studying English and this is useful for you, great. If you have any suggestions or any comments, please feel free to leave them in the video below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Oh, again, if you would also like, and if it was helpful, and subscribe to this channel, I would really appreciate it. All right, you have a good day.